turn this into this. Hello and welcome to another episode of Chocolate Plus. My name is Mark, aka the Great British Chocolatier, and today we're going to be wrapping up some mint flavoured Oreos into some chocolate covered mint Oreos. So with no further ado, as you know, we got our confectionery chocolate here. You can buy any brand you want. This is by Candy Craft, no plastic in the chocolate. They're wafers where they take out the cocoa butter, put in the veggie oil. We put them in the microwave 3 times, 30 seconds each time, stirring in between. Get yourself a fork. You can use any Oreo. I'm using mint. And all we're doing is wrapping them in chocolate. And so I'm going to fast forward this bit 3 times, 30 seconds at a time, stirring in between. When this is done, we'll be right back to wrap up some mint Oreos. See you in a bit. Okay, our chocolate has gone through its final round. And like I've always said, don't worry about the chocolate stuck on your spoon. It will come off in this final moment. But look at this beautiful melted, soft, liquidated chocolate. And just going to stir up, making sure that there's no more lumps in here. And so you want to keep stirring. Make it drizzle down like that, but that's what you want, a nice clean, smooth flow of chocolate, like so, and that way you know we are ready. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about this. This is where I put my fork, because there was some chocolate on there, but I ain't going to worry about that. And it's very, very simple. All we do, I've already been at the mint Oreos, that's why it's not a full pack. And if you didn't see the Oreo, mint chocolate Oreo bar, mint Oreo chocolate bar that I made, that'll be somewhere at the end or the beginning of this video or in the description. But very simple. All we're going to do is take the whole Oreo and we're going to put it in the chocolate like so. And then we're going to give it a chocolate bar. We're going to roll it around, and because the cream doesn't go all the way to the edges of the cookie biscuit, I just knock the chocolate in a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, because I can't see the screen what I'm doing. And then you just shake off the excess, and then we place it down on the tray like so. And we do it again, throw it in, roll it around a few times. I usually push it in the edges, like so. Shake off the excess, and then you can wipe it on the side if you want. I don't, because I like to give everybody a nice piece of chocolate all the way around the Oreo. Let me show you one more time. Here's the Oreo, nice cream center. Throw it in, and this is regular dark chocolate. This is not minted chocolate. You can use mint chocolate if you want as well. And you just shake off the excess, and we place it down like so. Let me just bring you down a little bit. You want to space them apart. You don't want to put them too close. And if they do happen to fall off the fork and they touch, you can pull them apart, or you can just leave it and pull them apart later. So here's an up close, my view of things. If I can get my fingers on the right place without touching the chocolate. We have an Oreo right here. Throw it in. Give it a chocolate bath. And I'll be trying to push the chocolate into the inside of the cookie, the Oreo. Shake off some of the excess and lay it down just like so. Now if you see here, there's a tiny little bubble, air bubble. So when you see air bubbles, you can fix it just with the fork and just go over it, or the spoon or whatever you're using. And then there we go. So I'm going to finish doing these, and I'll be back when they're done. Okay, now that I've done all these, I've got a bit of chocolate left in here, but I'm going to use that to drizzle over the top. These go in the refrigerator for about 6 to 8 minutes, and after that, bring them out, and then we put the drizzle on top. Fridge time. And we are back, and as you see, our Oreos are done. This one has a little bit of a puddle around it. All that means, oh, are you there? I don't know. All that means is that there's extra chocolate on this one, which is great. There's some extra chocolate on here. But look at this. This is what you're looking for. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna space these out a little bit. And see what I mean by those joining? Just break it off, like so. Well, I've got puddles everywhere. Now puddles are good. I don't usually like puddles, but puddles never hurt anybody. It just means extra chocolate. All right, I gotta get this melted again, and I gotta put it into a piping bag. So maybe throw that in there for 30 seconds, and I need to get get a glass like this. Now I like the Wilton brand because they are microwave safe. Ever since I've been using piping bags, I've been using mostly always Wilton, because they're microwave friendly, and a lot of piping bags are not. All right, let's get this out of here. It might need a little more. Now we'll use a spoon because I've got to scoop it all out. And while I'm on the subject of chocolate, I've noticed a lot of videos coming up, a lot of shorts coming up on the social medias where they have the chocolate and they mix it with other ingredients to make it like a nice fresh nugget, nougat, or something of other confection that they say you can make. Now, I'm not saying you can't make all these confections, but a lot of these videos that are now popping up all over the place are all AI. Now, I like AI, I use AI. To me, AI is like a glorified calculator. I use it as a help, and that's about it. But they've been making a lot of these videos, and it just looks totally 100% fake. I am not AI. This is not AI. I am a real person. This is real chocolate, and that's all you're ever going to see here. Not some imaginary confection that was made by engineered, designed by AI. Like I said, I'm not hating on it. I'm just seeing it a lot more and more pop up all the time. I'm like, what on earth? Okay, so I got the piping bag, and I should have had these ready because I'm going to sprinkle on some of my non-Ferrettis over the top. And so what are your thoughts on that? You can comment down below. I'm going to just take off a tiny little bit because I want a nice, smooth, fine, a nice, small, let me see. Yeah, I don't want a thick, anyway. I want a nice fine drizzle over the top. Let me bring you down here. Like so. Now whenever I do this, I always got to do it with my left hand because Maybe I should turn it around. Let me do it. Let me do it this way. Here, as you fly over the chocolate, like so. All right, I'll do it like this. And so what we're gonna do, we're just gonna zigzag it across the top, like so. Can you see that? Is that enough light? I don't know. And because these are cold, oh, and now we're fingers and thumbs. See, this is why I can't do retakes. So what you see is what you got. Because this is kind of cold, this is going to set up real quick, and there might not be enough time to put these on top. But I'm just going to do this. And normally I do this in a lit tray. Otherwise, as you see, they're going to fly everywhere. But there's no turning back. Okay, look, see that? Can you see that? Let me see. There's a hole. And that's because I didn't see it, but I can fill it in, like so. All right. And this pipe, back and forth. And I should get, and then sprinkle these on top. Let me get a bowl. I've got some in here. Here we go. Oh, that didn't help, did it? Oh boy, oh now they're popping everywhere. Alright, something a bit more sensible. See? There we go. Because this way I can pick it up and then sprinkle. Alright, so let me turn this around. Oh, it's all fingered. Oh. There's no stress in making chocolate, guys. This is a fun activity that you can do in your home. I'm in my home. And tasty treats that you can make in your own home. All right, let's start over here. Back and forth, nice and easy. Feels like there's a little bit of piece of chocolate that's, oh, there we go. All right. So sometimes you're going to get some lumps and bumps. Let me just do this real quick. I don't know if I'm in camera or out of camera, but you're just going to basically go from a distance and throw it down, and you're just going to sprinkle it just a tiny bit. Now some people don't like nonpareils because they can be hard on the teeth, but I'm using them. You don't have to put sprinkles on at all. You can just do whatever you want. And that's the beauty of doing this. All right. These can go back in the fridge. They don't need to. You can leave them at room temperature, but you can bung them in the oven. No, don't do that because they'll melt. Throw them in the fridge for about another 2 minutes just to get this hardened. And then when we're done, I'll be right back. I'll reposition the camera and we'll have a taste test. See you in a bit. Okay, we are back. I've got nonpareils flying all over the place, but here is our finished result. Now, as you know, we've got these extra things here. You just knock them off. But look at that. You know, and I have 3 cameras on my phone, and I never know which one is actually taking film. But look at that. Absolute perfection. And they all look like that. They all look like perfection. Well, you know what we need now? We need our famous red plate. So here it is. Let's load it up on here, knocking off all the excess chocolate on the drizzle. Simple to do. This is what you can make at home in a few minutes. And I can't get my words right. But most of the effort, yes, dipping every single one is going to take time, but you just put on some relaxing music and just have fun doing it. Beginning and end of it, it's going to take you no more than 10-15 minutes. That's including time in the refrigerator. And you can whip these up in no time at all to give it to your family and friends, and they're going to like it and they're going to love it. And you're going to be the hero because everybody loves chocolate. And if you don't love chocolate, we'll pray for you. So I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, chocolatize that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, which will let you know every time a new video has been uploaded. And hit that hype button, share it, give it to the world, because everybody needs to see chocolate and everybody needs to know you can make this at home. And no, this is not AI. I am a real person. I am the Great British Chocolatier. This is Chocolate Plus, spelled chocolatero, because that's how we spell it in this business, because it means bitter water, because chocolate back in the day was really bitter, and thank God we added sugar to it to make it into a most delightful, tasty treat. Well, that's all I've got time for today. Thank you for hanging around, and I already told you to hit the thumbs up and all that kind of stuff. Leave a comment down below. What chocolates would you like me to make? What chocolates do you have trouble with? Oh, there was a viewer that said, how do I keep the chocolates cool? How do I stop them from melting if I lay them out? Well, it helps if the room is cool. If it's hot, throw them in the fridge. You can cover them up, but just take them out, because sometimes the chocolate can get a little bit marbly, especially with the confectionery chocolate, but it's still going to taste great. Try and keep them in a cool place, in a cool room. Chocolate ain't going to last long when you put them in a room full of people, because they're going to eat it up. So that's all I have time for you today. Thank you for watching. Until next time, have a great day. Bye bye. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I forgot to do a taster. Alright, let's take one out. Here we go. I'll put this one up there. I forgot. So I'm going to taste this one. I don't know why I have the cookie. Now, I can definitely taste the mint and the cream. They're good. It's nice and balanced. The chocolate could have done. I could have added mint chocolate to it, mint flavoring to the chocolate, which would have really brought it up. But it's good. That is a perfect bite. So make these, eat these, and have fun. See you next time. Bye bye.